Hello everyone, my name is Mr. Crunch, of course, and today we'll be ranking every single Pixar movie from worst to best because that's how we do it here. Anyway, I hope you all enjoy this video. Can we get like 50k views and 5 likes? Really enjoy that. Anyway, let's get on to the video. At number 23, aka the worst movie of Pixar, is The Good Dinosaur. I can't tell you how much I hate this movie. The characters suck. The animation, it's great, but that's the only thing I can say about this movie that's great. Yeah, even Cars 2. Cars 2 is better than this movie. Let me tell you why. Because Cars 2 has a story that I could actually go on with. And Mater can get a good line every now and then in Cars 2. There's nothing fun in this one. There's 2 good scenes in this movie. That's just the only reason why I cannot say garbage movie. Total hot garbage. Like I can call this movie terrible, but not hot garbage because well, there are 2 good scenes. Keep in mind that one of them is literally the villain eating an innocent squirrel. And then the other one is just when, in the dinosaur and the dog boy get drunk. There's actually a scene where they get drunk. Pixar has a character that gets drunk. An underage character, by the way. How did they get that G rating? I don't know. Okay, God have mercy. There's just enough. Other than that, there's nothing good about this movie. It's hot garbage. Let's just move on. I don't want to talk about that movie anymore. Let's move on. Coming in at number 22, we have Cars 2. Yeah, kind of ironic that Cars 2 is one of the worst. My opinion, this movie is a 2 out of 10, not a 1 out of 10. Only Good Dinosaur is because, well, that movie is hot garbage. But there are good things to it besides animation. For starters, I really like the plot is better than The Good Dinosaur. Like it's insane, but at least I can say that Cars 2 has a fun plot. Well, as fun as you can get in one of the shittiest movies in many people's eyes. The second thing is Mater. Mater can get a good laugh every now and then. Probably like once every 15 sentences. No, seriously. Once every 15 sentences. Probably. Oh yeah, also this takes place in Tokyo. Why? No, seriously. Why are Pixar movies just putting the middle finger out into China now? Actually no. Wait, they're in Tokyo, right? Wait, were they in Tokyo? Yeah, I think they were in Tokyo, so that's China. Or that's Japan. I don't know, but something tells me that Pixar kind of also noted the coronavirus for making one of the shittiest movies from Japan or China. I don't know, guys. I don't have the time to type in a few words. I suck at typing. Let's just move on. At number 21 on my list, I think it's Monsters University. I can hate this movie, but it's not as bad as the latter 2. It's a 3 out of 10 in my opinion because of the final 15 minutes. That was actually a pretty good scene with Mike and Sully. I also don't like Mike and Sully as a characters in here, especially towards the Monster Inc. Yeah, but the good things about that are a lot more than the previous 2. Let me explain. The animation is still good. The new characters, they're pretty decent. The jokes, most of them fall flat, but there are actual some jokes that actually can't get a laugh at me, like when the Blob mother does spots in some rock music. Like if you know that character, you'll know why that's funny. But there's nothing else about that. It's just another college film. I don't like college films. This is probably actually I don't know. It's actually pretty normal for a college movie to fall flat. At least in my opinion, anyway. Anyway, let's move on. At number 20 is Onward. Onward's a pretty good movie. Not gonna lie, I like the animation. It's Pixar. Animation will be their best. I also like their main characters, but I also like the aesthetics. I also like the gimmick of this movie, being that fantasy comes to life. But when I want that, I'll probably just watch Harry Potter movies or books, and the Percy Jackson books. Not the movies. Those were garbage. Those could be worse than the good. That probably is worse than the Good Dinosaur. Like, no, seriously. I think for a fact that Good Dinosaur is worse than both of those Percy Jackson movies. Those were stains of even the musical. The musical. Anyway, let's just move on. I think Onward's only okay. Like every animation studio, this got kicked in the balls in 2020, so I don't really mind it because, well, it's better than those 3 trash movies, but I don't personally think about Pixar. I don't think about Onward, I think about Pixar. I think about any other movie, including Cars. Well, the other 2 Cars movies, not Cars 2. Cars 2 was an abomination. Onward, I do like the gimmick of it. Like I already said, the gimmick's fun, but probably not used to its greatest intent. Like, no, seriously. Dead Nation, the only problem with this movie that's really, really bad in my opinion is... This is gonna hurt a lot of people's feelings, but... Like... Nation, the other brother's kind of a Chad. No, seriously, I'm sorry for that long pause, but he's kind of a Chad. Nation, but not a bad Chad. He has, like, every Chad that doesn't make you a bad Chad. Like, he has all Chad personalities that doesn't make him a bad Chad. Nation, but I'm pretty sure that's why everyone likes this character. And my only question is, why do people rip off this movie? No, seriously. This movie isn't that bad, but it's not that good. Let's just move on. Number 19 is Cars. Yes, Cars is considered a good movie. Not gonna lie, I was a little shocked. Going into this, I knew Cars was the worst of the original 5 because, well, or original 6. Technically, I'm pretty sure it's the worst of the Disney bundle. Like I'm not gonna tell you the whole story, but when Toy Story came out and it was a huge success, Disney was like, hey, I'm gonna help you. But only for the 5 movies. And for 4 original movies and a sequel to Toy Story. Which is how we got Toy Story 2, that banger of a movie. My opinion, this is by far the worst of those movies. If you don't know, I'm pretty sure those was A Bug's Life, Toy Story 2, Monsters Inc., and Cars. And Cars 2 is pretty awful. Okay, Nation. I don't like any of the characters from Radiator Springs that much. Mater got improved from the second movie easily, but now it's at 15. It's 10 lines. And I do like Lightning McQueen's arc, and I do like the racing stuff, but I don't know why they had to be cars. Like, why they being cars? Why they be cars? I need answers, Pixar. I need answers, Pixar. Sorry for me going a little berserk there. Let's just move on, because, well, all in all, this movie is good. Not great. This is good. Yeah, I truly don't want this video to be like an hour long, so it takes like 3 hours to upload this video. Anyway, let's move on. Oh my god, everyone's gonna hate me for this. Everyone's gonna hate me. Everyone's gonna hate us. Does it look like I care? I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn about Ratatouille. Oh wait, I was recording? Okay. That's all back. And number 18, in my opinion, is Ratatouille. I don't know. Like, everyone's gonna hate me for this, but I don't think Ratatouille is a good movie. Not as good as people say it is, but it's a good movie still. It's definitely a 6.5 out of 10, in my opinion. I don't like Remy. He's a narcissist. I'm sorry. He's the definition of an evil person. And if you don't believe me, watch Film Theory. You'll know what I mean, by 10. But even then, Ratatouille isn't my favorite movie. Let's just begin with, the characters. Like, half the characters are great, half the characters are not so great. The villain's not even fun to watch. Like, trust me, this is probably their, like, fifth worst villain. Actually, no, not fifth worst, probably their third, maybe even second worst villain. And it also has probably one of my worst protagonists. Like, he's probably in number 10 of my worst protagonists, if I ever make that video. All in all, Ratatouille is a good movie, but not as great as everyone says it is. Very sorry. Next up on our list is the first sequel that I care about. Yes, the first sequel I actually do care about. At number 17 is a movie that is really, really trying to be a different movie. No, seriously. Cars 2, The Good Dinosaur is the worst movie. Cars 2 is the worst sequel. And Finding Dory is probably the most unneeded. Like, this movie did not need to be existent. I don't like why. This movie doesn't need to exist. Anyway, let's just move on to why I think it's higher than all these other movies. Because I really do like that most of the characters have disabilities, and that doesn't make them dumb. I really like how Pixar, especially with one of their probably worst sequels, like this is the second worst sequel in my opinion when it comes to Pixar, is good. Didn't really like that. However, the 2000s was either hit or miss for Pixar, and I don't like this one. Oh yeah, I don't know if this was a cash grab or, a movie made out of their own means. A really cash grab, of course. Mr. Cringe. Why would they make this movie? Shut up, I'll defend this movie with my right. I'll give it a 7 out of 10 if I have to. Yeah, I did Nation, but Hank is a fun character. Dory probably got Dora only got, like, I think Dory just got downgraded a little bit. Like, Marlin and Nemo got downgraded a little bit. The animation got better, but my opinion, why? Like, maybe, but still. If I'm talking about this movie, I have to think, why? Why does this movie need to exist? Anyway, it's a good movie. It's a 7 out of 10 in my opinion. Only, it's not anything else. And with that out of the way, guys, we're at the top 16, the 7 out of 10s, and the higher. Hopefully you all enjoy this, and let's just go on. At number 16, everyone, in my opinion, is Toy Story. The very first Toy Story on our list is in the bottom half, but only barely. My opinion, Toy Story 1 is probably the worst, but definitely the most cringy of the bunch. Like, if this is a cringe, like, based off how cringy the movie is, Toy Story 1 would definitely be the winner. However, I don't really like the story as I used to. Like, it's a simple plot, but Woody is kind of a dick for half of the movie. No, seriously, he's a huge dinglehead who doesn't even... whose jealousy gets the best of him. Which I know definitely sounds like a reason. Which I know, character. Yeah, like, I know he's a three-dimensional character. But he is the worst for, like, half the movie. I don't understand why. Like, in the rest of the movies, yeah, sure, he was a little bitch. Like, he's the bitch in a lot of them, but at least he has reasons to be. Like in the second sequel, he has to choose the hashtag die in a fire life, or be the hashtag museum life, and chooses the bird in hell. AKA playing with a kid. Think about any Barbies in there. Okay, and with that shitty joke out of the way. But there are good things to Toy Story. This is the first CG movie that people cared about. Yeah, apparently this is what Toy Story gave to VeggieTales. Not gonna lie, not proud of it. Because technically, they were the first people to make a movie with CG. It was like, ha ha ha, no more, ha ha. Okay, but in my opinion, Toy Story is a good movie. Not anything else. Number 15 is Brave. Yeah, quite a surprise. Like, I know a lot of people say that Brave is bad, but not gonna lie, only the characters suck. Everything else about this is good. And even then, they're not bad. They're just decent or mediocre, as many people would probably call them. But the jokes, yeah, and the jokes do kind of fall flat half the time, but when they fall forward, they go hard. You know, like when the three kids go into a woman's bosoms. Because that's hilarious. And definitely not child endangerment. Or at the very least, worthy of a G-rated. Because no, seriously, I don't know how they got away with a G-rated with that one. Like, all the others I can see, but really, Brave. Okay, no, seriously, if you watch Brave, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Also, the bear plot is better than I expected. Like, when I finally rewatched this like a month ago, I liked the plot with the bear. And I used to do, like, also, the accents are good. And I really do like that once upon a time I actually brought Merida back as a mentor to teach Rumpelstiltskin how to be a ass-kicking asshole, even though he already was one. No, seriously, watch Once Upon a Time. That's a fun show. That's something to watch every time you have something bad happening to you. You watch them, and then watch as everything gets progressively worse with the characters. Until it's like, boop, it's not anymore. Anyway, but out of the way, Merida is a good movie. It's still not 8 out of 10 in my opinion. But I ranked it higher than many people probably would. But anyway, let's move on. Number 14 is very, very weird, but Cars 3 is definitely here. This is indeed the best Cars movie, but not by a lot. I don't like Cars as much as I like the other franchises, except for The Boss Baby, which, yeah, I can't wait to see their sequel. It's totally gonna be very, very fun. Okay. But seriously, I never really liked this movie. I don't like it. Well, I don't like it as many people say it is. Like, the only problem with this is that it's forgettable half the time. Like, I basically, for 30 seconds, I didn't even know what I was talking about, even though I was talking about that for 15 seconds. Yeah, that's how forgettable that movie kinda is. Yeah, but let's just face it, I would rather watch that movie and just call that a single movie than call Cars a trilogy. Or duology, because let's just face it, Cars 2 is not a Cars film. It's a Tall Tales. Anyway, I like the yellow car. The villain is the worst of the Cars trilogy. Yeah, including Cars 2. At least it was a good twisted villain, and Chick-Hicks was definitely the best villain of the Car franchise. No, seriously. And I like that he got an appearance. Everyone. In fact, and I really wonder why their games are better than them. Like, most Pixar games suck. Why are the Cars games the better ones of the bunch? Why? I need answers. I need answers now. At our number 13 on our list is The Incredibles 2. Yeah. I like Incredibles 2 just as much as every other man or woman. I like the twist villain, kinda. It's one of the weaker ones. I like the characters, except for all the Bob stuff. Bob was degraded. It was degraded the most of any Pixar movie. Maybe even Cars 2. Like I think Cars 2 got closer to Mater than Bob. The Incredibles. And then there is the obvious then there's the obvious screenslaver, which I liked. I liked the fights. I liked his gimmick. I like what he does to the plot. I like everything about this movie. This not love. I really enjoyed this movie, but definitely not in the greats. At our number 12th spot, we have Toy Story 4. Toy Story 4, in my opinion, is the anti-Toy Story movie. Because everything about Woody learning about being a toy immediately destroyed in front of his eyes. I love this movie. I also like that Bo's finally back after the third movie, just saying, "Fuck her." And not in the Woody way. We don't talk about the Woody way of fucking someone up. Wow, I can't believe we really went that far into the cursing trilogy. I like Forky. I like the new characters, especially Duck and Bunny, because they have by far one of the funniest scenes of all Pixar. Like yeah, like when they try to figure out how to get the key, all of them are just pretty insane. Kind of like Toy Story 1's finale, you know. Overall, really enjoy it, and it's very great. And with that, guys, we hit our 9 to 10 and higher. Like these are the movies I think are amazing films. I hope you all agree with them. Also, quick thing, guys, I changed which room I'm doing this in because I did this in several days. Hope you all forgive me for that, especially from number 11. Barely making it into the top 10 is Inside Out. Inside Out is probably the only film in the fall of Pixar that has no villain. I think. I don't really know. I don't truly remember any other Pixar movie without a villain. But I know a lot of movies that don't need villains, such as WALL-E, Frozen, Up, in the Pixar studio in general. Okay. Inside Out I also like everything inside of Riley. The only problem is everything outside of Riley is pretty boring in general. I don't like it. I don't hate it, but yeah, everything inside is much better than out. Much like real life, am I right, everyone? No, seriously. Real life compared to inside is this I don't know how to compare them. Because it's like day and night. Guys, I think everyone's heard that joke before. Overall, a really great movie. Let's head on to our top 10. Cracking in at our top 10, everyone, we have Finding Nemo. This feels like the most Australian film. Because that seems about right, mate. Sorry for my very shitty Australian accent. But this movie's fun. I like Crush. I like Dory's character much more than I did in Dory in her actual movie. A little weird. Marlin Nation. I like the story. I like the theories. I like the beginning. Like, this is the second saddest beginning, other than you already know. Nation. This is peak early animation, in my opinion. Well, not really. We still have a few other movies to get to. Anyway, all a solid 9.5 out of 10. The only thing I don't exactly like is the villain. It's just not that threatening. And it's a little weird because I'm spending less time on the good films than the bad films. Sorry, guys. It's just a lot more fun to talk about shitty films than good films, I think. What did you expect? Number 9 on the films definitely goes to Up. Up has the best scene of all time. The first 15 minutes are beautiful. Unfortunately, the movie is probably like Cars 3 good after that. But the reason how I got into the top 10 is those 15 minutes. Those 15 minutes were beautiful. They were amazing. I just wish that they had something else to, bring the movie out. Bring the movie something else. Like, when you think of Up, you think of those first 11 minutes and nothing else. The villain, in my opinion, isn't the best. Oh, sorry, guys. Like, the twist villain was kind of obvious. But I do like the theory that our main character, Carl, I think that's his name, is dead. And he's on his way to heaven. With Russell being his angel. Or death. I don't know, really, guys. My religion is... I don't know, guys. What I think death is a little bit weirder than what most people think death is. Definitely a little complicated subject right now. Let's just move on to our top 8. The reason why I'm feeling so excited about these because these are the 10 out of 10 films. Hallelujah! Yep, these movies are the amazing movies that everyone should love. Anyway, let's get on to them. At number 7 is the original Incredibles. I need to explain this one because a lot of people will be like,
but Peter, everyone else says this movie is second or first. Why is it not?
Let me explain. I don't know the thing why Syndrome is called necessarily a twist villain. I don't know why people call him a twist villain. He's not a twist villain. It's pretty obvious, guys. Like, if you have a prologue in Space Nation and this kid who's pissed off at Mr. Incredible, what did you expect? Would be the villain. I see the person that has a hate crime for the person that we're supposed to be rooting for. Nation. Also, Violet is not the best. Definitely not as good as she was in the sequel. Jack didn't get enough love. And the Nation. And the cape needed to go on a little farther. No, seriously, the cape joke just needed to go on a little farther. Like, I need to see an actual superhero get murdered by their cape. I've never truly seen that, but I wish to see it. Let's just move on before people hate me for ever calling this movie bad. All in all, a solid 10 out of 10 film. Hope you all enjoy. I hope you all don't throw the Rotten Tomatoes at me. Wait, what are you doing? No. Bad viewers. Don't put those hate comments in here. Don't put those hate comments in there. I know your every move. And I know where to find you. Remember, reality is the universe. The universe is a hologram. Bye, goes by. Number 6 on our list is a little weird, but I'm putting in Toy Story 3 here. Toy Story 3 for many people is in the top 15. I think it's in the top. I think it's probably in number 6 in my opinion. Definitely not as good as its predecessor, but definitely better than the first and last film. In my opinion, Toy Story 3 is basically the better ending. And, well, yeah, I do agree that the Woody's arc isn't gone. Woody with Andy is basically what Woody. Basically, the parts of Woody loves most. I don't get why Toy Story 4 needed to be existent with this perfect sequel already came out. Also, Huda Bear is probably my favorite twist villain. Nation. I like Ken. I like Barbie for some reason. I like the memes. Jesus Christ, I love the characters. It is the perfect way to end off the series. Unfortunately, didn't end off the series. All in all, a really great film. I mean, great film. Don't take that out of context for me saying great wrong. Okay, everyone. Does it make clear, guys, that these final 5 are 11 out of 10s. These are movies, I think, that are almost perfect. There's only a few movies in the 11 category. Like, there's only 10, I think. And there's only 5 Pixar movies left. So, yeah, Pixar basically owns half the 11-10 tier. Hope y'all enjoy. Number 5 on our list is Monsters, Inc. Yep, Monsters, Inc. gets into the 11 out of 10 tier. Yeah, a lot of people will probably know this as one of their favorites, but I will give this as its funniest film. The physical comedy is great. The actual comedy is great. Everything about this comedy is great. I love Sully and Mike Wazowski's character because, well, unlike certain other films, Nation, where they have to build up on their friendship, Monsters Inc. says, hey, let's already give them that huge connection and start the movie's plot and reasons why the characters do the shit they do. Nation. And here's the thing, I also like Walter News as a villain. Because let's just face it, it's not personal. It's just business. This is also how I'll be ending up this video. Also, but Nation, overall, guys, I think this movie is pretty perfect. Boo is Nation. The only problem with this is that that the middle is a little clunky here and there, but other than that, a perfect film. I hate to see it. But let's just face it, guys. I know I consider this my favorite movie of the originals, but it's not personal. It's just a business. Let's just continue, please. Please don't subscribe. Coming in at our top 3, everyone, we have Coco. Coco is a very fun and classic movie. Well, it's a modern classic in my opinion. Definitely one of my favorite songs from Map Nation. This is also one of the few movies that made me cry. Which is a very, very hard accomplishment to do because let's just face it, just showing my emotions in this video, it's very hard to actually make me cry. I'm a tough boy. We all know that. Don't take that in the wrong perspective. Trust me, I'm not hard as you think I am. You stupid 20-year-olds that are probably watching me or YouTube. I'm talking about emotions. Anyway, let's just continue on why I think the movie is a perfect masterpiece. Like, Miguel is a fun protagonist. Hector is a fun sidekick. All the rest of the family is definitely a good side cast. And most importantly, Ernesto de la Cruz, that's how I pronounce his name half the time, is a good villain. Hopefully, and surprisingly, I rank this a lot higher than most other people. It's probably because this movie has a weird connection to my heart. So, congratulations, you made it to bronze, which is surprisingly a lot higher than most people put you in, Coco. This is my hot. Alright, let's go on. So we have the third oldest movie in Pixar's history, and the newest Pixar movie. Which one will come next? Well, I think it's kind of obvious. Number 2 is Soul. Soul, in my opinion, is the most unique Pixar film, in my opinion. Pixar has made weirdly funny and cutesy kid stuff, while also being quite dark and able to tell a fun story. Unlike the last 3, unlike the bottom 3, because let's just face it, the bottom 3 is hot garbage. Which I can just say, not gonna show that because I've already shown that thing earlier, at least 12 or 15 times on this video. Anyway, Soul is a near perfect, in my opinion, a perfect film. I like the character. I like how 2D is good in 3D. Oh, they made 2D so great in 3D. No, seriously. 3D, I never thought 2D and 3D would only be good in Paper Mario and Mario Odyssey. Didn't expect anything from a non-Nintendo company to make something this good. Technically, in the Nintendo universe, this is a Paper Mario series. But the 1,000-Year Door is number 1 on the list. And I just have to say one thing. You got the wind in my... You got the wind in me, yeah. On the road and nobody else at the mouth always on you. Just remember what I'm just gonna go. Oh no, YouTube's coming for me. Ah! Oh, there you go. Hey, everyone. Sorry, Nation. Wait, this is recording? One second, everyone. I gotta check something. Our number 1 pick, everyone, is Toy Story 2. I don't generally know how I talked about Soul and Coco because I didn't. I don't know. Maybe this is, I don't know, guys. It's been like over an hour. And we all know how some YouTubers' memory is like. It's like Dory's in many ways. But anyway, let me just explain why Toy Story 2 is my favorite. Stinky Pete's probably one of my favorite villains of all time, not just twist villains. Woody is a much better character. Buzz is a much better character. The Buzz plotline is hilarious. The Woody plotline is amazing. Jazzy is a new character. Bullseye's a fun character. Stinky Pete's a fun boss. I'm pretty sure I already said that. They probably much had the best video game made by them. And I'm basically trying to figure out more ways of calling this movie perfect. And as you can see, and if you're wondering what's with that clapping or knocking, don't that alarm you? It's this YouTube. I think they're gaining on someone. We don't. Okay. One second, guys. Get out. Okay, anyway, let's just continue. Anyway, overall, Toy Story is a perfect film. Probably my first favorite, my best film of all time, probably. Was by my heart and soul. Anyway, guys, that's it. And remember, reality is an illusion, the universe is a hologram, buy gold, buy. No, seriously, bye.